Coca-Cola. Hey guys, Barker Pez coming to you again with another How to Side. This is going to be for Dragon Rulers, and last video was Infinities, and I said I'll do this because I play Dragon Rulers, I know how they die, and blah 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 blah, and so on and so forth. So let's get on with the whole side deck process. So obviously I'm going to go by monsters first because blah 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 blah. I changed the order just because I can. So we've got Maxi up. Maxi's not too bad because you can just get some decent draws off them, and you know they may only special summon once during that turn, but sometimes they will special summon twice. Like if they summon Mythic Tree, obviously if you like chain Maxi to water, they're not just gonna leave that at that. They're gonna want to special summon again. So at least then you get 2 draws. Depending on which Dragon Ruler variant you're going up against, whether it's Mythic, whether it's Lightsworn, or Erratic, it will really depend on how useful this can be. And I haven't got everything down for like Lightsworn Rulers, or Mythic Rulers, or Erratic Rulers, but you know, I got some things on the side. So I just spelled that wrong completely. But let's get into the other stuff. You guys just saw something which is not relevant. So then we got Fossil Diner. Fossil Diner, obviously, it completely destroys the deck. It makes it so the deck cannot special summon, which is really what the deck does. You plant this down first turn, they literally can't really get rid of this unless they're maining something like Dark Hole or Phoenix Wind Blast or Raigeki Break. I remain all of those just for these fucking reasons. Deep Fissure. Deep Fissure is good because at least then, if they go Curry Bandit, all the monsters that they mill will be banished, so that helps. Same with Macrocosmos. Macrocosmos, blah 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 blah. Curry Bandit mills get banished, and I don't even know if Curry Bandit would even be able to use its effect because there would be no graveyard because they'd have to send them to the grave. Gozen Match. This is good for Mythic Rulers mainly. I wouldn't really say so much Lightsworn Rulers or Erratic Rulers, but definitely Mythic Rulers this can hurt, purely because of the factor of obviously with Mythic Rulers they play around with the elements a lot more, or the attributes. So this can really stun a Mythic Ruler player to the point of he can really only summon one type of dragon, and if you hit them when they've gone like Earth, Water, and then they summon a blaster and then you flip this up, then they're just kind of like, oh fuck my ass, can't really do much right now. So Mind Drain, it's meh, not so good, purely because of the factor of it's meh. The dragons don't really need to summon themselves from the hand, and it's just if you can't afford Soul Drains, but Soul Drains are really cheap. But if you don't have Soul Drains, you can at least try a Mind Drain. A Mind Drain might be okay, but it's not really that good. Soul Drain is a lot better. I lost the game at Regionals purely because of this card. I drew absolutely broke off my ass. Like I had such a broken hand, and my opponent was running Harpies. He literally only drew Harpy Dancer with Soul Drain and Mind Crush, and fucking hell, he got the game from that. Because I went Gold Sark and banished a Tidal, and as soon as Tidal effect activated, he changed Soul Drain, so Tidal's effect was negated. And then, as soon as Tidal came to my hand, he was like, Mind Crush. I was like, fuck. And I was just like, for fuck's sake, can I just draw a Mythic Water? The turn he beats me, I flip at the top card of my deck, and it was a Mythic Water. I was like, great, that's just great. But, you know, I've changed a lot of my main deck options, and I made it so that won't ever happen again. But this can really render any kind of Dragon Ruler matchup. If you're against Lightsworn Rulers, it will completely destroy the Lightsworn effects when they're sent to the grave, and also it will destroy the Eclipse Wyvern effect, which is very, very fucking useful for the deck. Mind Crush. Now, this is good just because obviously Dragon Rulers get their searches. It's really good against Mythic Rulers as well. I really mainly say it's better for Mythic Rulers purely because of the factor of the Tidal Search, the Tempest Search, and the Redux Search are incredibly useful for the deck. Like you can get your Mythic Tree and Mythic Water, and you can get your Debris, and so on and so forth. So if you mind crush any of those, it can really render their play. Like if I search for Mythic Tree because I had like a Mythic Water in hand, and you flip that up, and you're like Mythic Tree, it's like great, I'm not getting my Felgrand play right now, which is annoying. So Royal Prism, this is good as well, purely because of the factor of most of the Dragon Ruler players are only going to be summoning from the grave. And also, it can really render things like Lightsworn Rulers, they won't get their Wolf, and in OCG they won't get their Assailant, I think it is. Yeah, they won't get Assailant and stuff like that. So it really does render the deck. Eradicator. Depending on which ruler you're going up against, this will actually help out. But in all ruler matchups, it's not too bad. Not so much, in my opinion, for the Mythic Ruler. But Mythic Ruler, you always call spell, because that's where their consistency lies in their spells. The same with every ruler deck. Every ruler deck will rely on their spells for their consistency. So this can really render them, and at worst, it's just a heavy storm. Imperial Iron War. Again, with the whole, depending on what ruler you're going up against, this will really help. If it's Mythic Ruler, it will help out a lot. If it's Lightsworn Ruler, it will help out a lot more, because they won't get the banish from Eclipse Wyvern, and they can't banish the Eclipse Wyvern for their dragons. So, no JD search. Vanity's Emptiness. Obviously, this is going to be good, because you don't have the whole Blaster effect now. We can't just pitch Blaster and be like, whatever, Vanities. We'd actually have to Phoenix Wing Wind Blast it, or Raigeki Break it, or MST something, and so on and so forth. So, Vanity's Emptiness really does help. Needle Sealing. Now, again, depending on what Dragon Ruler matchup you're going up against, Hieratic Rulers this really destroys. Lightsworn Rulers, maybe not so much, because they'll just go JD, pull up the field, and then spam everything out. Mythic Rulers, it could actually really help out. If your Mythic Ruler opponent goes like Soul Charge, and then just gets everything out, then you flip this up, it can really render the deck. And this is such a good card for Soul Charge decks. So, it's really good. And I think this card should really be sided a lot more, just for decks which are going to obviously Soul Charge. Deep Dark Trap Hole, obviously, you know, level 5 or higher, special summoned, banish it. Now, this is good purely because of the fact of if a Dragon Ruler special summons itself and you activate this, they can't activate the effect to get the banished search. So it helps out. Now, if you're a Dark World player and you're wanting, yeah, you know, I can side all of that, but what would really help out my Dark Worlds? Dark Smog. This is good purely because of the fact of it really fucks them up. If they activate the effect to ban it, to summon, you can chain Dark Smog to banish that Dragon Ruler. It doesn't get the summon, and also it doesn't get the banish because it already used one of its effects. The same sort of thing of if they send it to the grave, like say if they send Blaster and Flamethrower Guard to the grave, you can flip this up, chain it, target the Blaster, banish the Blaster. The Blaster's effect doesn't go off because it didn't hit the grave, and also it doesn't get the other effect purely because of the factor of it's already activated one of its effects. Now, a card which I'm going to put on now is Light Imprisoning Mirror, purely because of the factor of the different variants of rulers. Obviously, there is Hieratic Ruler and there is Lightsworn Ruler. This is purely for them, but I didn't want to put it in the main list because I figured I may as well hit all of the Dragon Ruler decks instead of just some of them. But this really renders Hieratic Rulers and Lightsworn Rulers, so if anyone was really having trouble with that deck, side these. So guys, this is my video on how to side Dragon Rulers, so please leave a like, comment, and please subscribe, and I'll get back to you with some more how to side videos. My next video is probably going to be a while now, but I'm probably going to do it on Mermail, and not so much Prophecy. I don't really see the point in like making a side video for Prophecy because it's just spell hate. It's just get anything which fucks up spell cards like Anti-Spell Fragrance, Eradicator, so on and so forth. Like you can even, what is it, Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell or something, you know, just hit Fate. They can't ever use it again. So anyway guys, please leave a like, comment, and please subscribe, and I'll get to you some more how to side videos.